Okay, girls, I am still working on this essay, and I'm doing this because I want you to know that I understand how difficult this is, and I'm trying to work through it sort of alongside you, as you should be doing as you are like thinking about it this week. So I just want to go through and make sure that you are doing the same thing. Make sure you're writing in MLA format. So if you double click at the top of the page, you can put your last name and page numbers. You insert page numbers by going to here, and then you'll use the ones that are on the right side, like that. In order to put your name at the right, you got to hit this button, the right align up there. Once you click back on that, it shows your first page, and it'll go on and say 2, 3, etc. Okay. Um, your top of your page should be set up like this. You should have a good topic up here, a title. I went through and I read through my introduction and I added some things because I realized I was missing some stuff. I have, I think you saw if you watched the prior video that I put a quote in here. The word sorry is a tool one uses to pander until the word itself becomes currency. It no longer merely apologizes, but insists, reminds, I'm here, right here, beneath you. It is the lowering of oneself so that the client feels right, superior, and charitable. That's my opening quote because I think it really defines what I'm talking about. This quote from Ocean Vuong's On Earth We Are Briefly Gorgeous addresses one of the themes of the text, a power disparity that emerges between the dominant and subordinate. Vuong's soaring narrative describes the life of a young Vietnamese immigrant and his struggles with identity and seeking meaning in a complex world. Americana, a coming of age narrative by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, tracks the emergence of a young Nigerian woman, Ifemelu, navigating the identity, economic, and cultural struggles faced by African immigrants. And maybe I'll add like to the United States. And I don't know whether I should just keep African or delete that. Um, some, some immigrants. Sure. Um, in both novels, these authors describe humility as a currency for the powerless to elevate the powerful. Through the use of the language of zealous humility, of insistence, and repetition, these authors play on the subordination of the powerless as leverage. Again, I'm gonna have to read that in a few days to make sure that it makes sense, and I'm just like not just preaching to the choir, and the choir being myself. So I've gone on to look at my paragraphs to outline them, basically. My second paragraph I've decided is going to be about the language of zealous, meaning like overenthusiastic humility, in Vuong, and those are I broke that down. My set my wait that should be my third paragraph is the language of zealous humility in Adichie. And then repetition, the author's use of repetition in Vuong, and then my fifth paragraph is going to be the repetition in Adichie, and then I'll write my conclusion. So those are the paragraphs that I am mapping out. And then I went ahead and I did the WPIE thing for the language of zealous humility. So I want to start with a topic sentence, and that's not really a part of WPIE, but I want you to make sure that you do that. So you need a topic sentence here. So, with regard to language of zealous humility, I have said that Vuong uses the language of zealous humility, and I know it sounds like it's really repetitive, and it's a little bit repetitive, but I want you to make sure that you're using language that you have in your introduction, in your thesis statement, particularly. It's really helpful for your reader if they see the same language pop up. Um, and I've changed the wording a little bit here. In the rest of the sentence because I don't want to repeat exactly what I wrote in my thesis, but I want this to harken back to this. So Vuong uses language of zealous humility in order to demonstrate the extreme self-subordination required to support the power structure. So self-subordination meaning like people have to apologize. So there's my topic sentence. Then I go into like my first quote. Um, so I write the quote, which is the next thing I want to do. On page 91, Vuong opens a paragraph with the phrase, the most common English word spoken in the nail salon was sorry. Okay? Just write the quote. The next thing I want to do is I want to paraphrase the quote um, in this sentence. And again, I'm just saying what he says. Vuong is explicitly, meaning he's clearly stating that apologies are the standard operating language of the nail salon. Done. I'm going to analyze it. So, analysis. The importance of this word being the most common is obvious. So meaning like apology being the most common English word is obvious, but the subtext is that the most common English word, um, that it is the most common English word, implying that it is a word solely for the benefit of the client, and that many other words are more commonly spoken and perhaps more authentically spoken in Vietnamese, presumably. And then evaluate, this introduces the concept of apology as currency. So that's real basic, but that's what this is doing. That's what this quote does. Because I'm going to go on and I'm going to continue on, do more WPAE in this one paragraph. Vuong continues with, in the nail salon, sorry is a tool one uses to pander until the word itself becomes currency. And then I continued with the same sentence, because I don't think I need to start a new sentence, conveying the transactional nature of the word. That's paraphrasing. I want to analyze it. So I want to say, the use of the word pander, meaning to gratify or indulge, considers the power structure and the tactical strategy of the powerless playing up to the needs of the client or the powerful. The use of currency to monetize clarifies the service that is being paid for is not simply a new set of shiny nails, but also the experience of empowerment over the apologetic. Then I need to evaluate. So evaluate needs to connect back to my topic sentence, which in this case is how Vuong uses the language of zealous humility to demonstrate the extreme self-subordination. Okay, so the exchange of sorry for payment, basically. And I'm going to say the sorry as a service, or as one of the services of the services for payment, comma, illustrates how, and I'm going to try to pick up this language again, but I'm going to say zealous humility, and I'm going to say humility supports the power structure. And hopefully that's not too repetitive, but let's say I'm doing that, okay, and then I just want to make this into a paragraph. So I'm going to delete all this stuff that I did, which is kind of crazy, but I'm doing it. And I could add more of this. Like, there's a couple more sentences that I might even want to do, and I may do. You may see that I do that. But you can see how much, like, I can get out of a little bit of text. So there we go. There's my big ass awesome, my big awesome paragraph. And I will continue to do the same thing with these. So, and I can go like this. I can delete that. There you go. So I have a page of writing. So that'll probably give me 2 pages and 3 pages. So this would be a nice 3-page essay. I'm going to resolve that because I don't like the way it looks. So we're doing alright. I'm going to stop there. And I will pick up again in a couple days, maybe.